This is the exterior of Progress Place. You can see Progress Place to the north, and the fire station lies right along Georgia Avenue. And these are two separate facilities, however, they are located on the same site.
It's a county-owned facility, so Montgomery County government owns the building Progress Place. And then 3 nonprofits share the space to provide wraparound services. And those 3 nonprofits are Interfaith Works, Kelly Collaborative Medicine, and Shepherd's Table. And so this cafeteria is part of Shepherd's Table, so I'll turn it to Hailey.
So in here, now I'm talking about the pre-COVID. In here, we'll have volunteers lined up. We'll have plates and hot food in here. As the client, they come in here, we ask them what they want, and we give them the whole meal. Then this is the cold side. We might have salad, milk, what have you. Anything on the cold salad is in here. Then you come in here. This is what we call it, the coffee station. We have the coffee machines in here. We fill the coffee, the dessert, as you can see, the juice. Then they come in here and we give them right from here. Then that's when they take their food. Then we have a condimental area right there. They put their sugar or the ketchup, what have you. Here, that is how it's served, the meal. Now we will be heading into the kitchen. This is the kitchen. As you can see, this is where all the meal is done for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and what we call it BTT. We serve outside Shepherd's Table as well. That is, we have a chef that comes for the morning, for the evening. That's how they prepare their food. Okay, this is our prep area. That's, again, we have the volunteers that they prepare chopping and slicing the vegetables. This can hold about 6 to 8 people. All the prep is done. That's where it's go to the kitchen. This is our prep sink. So anything vegetables that we need to wash, all this is washed. In here is all this is clean. This is only for prepping vegetables. Now if you can see that way, this is our dish area. Again, this is the 3-compartment sink where we wash, rinse, and sanitize. We have the dishwasher in here. All the dirty dish, they come in here. That's what we use. That's the industrial dishwasher. Okay, this is the walk-in and the freezer area. That's when we keep everything refrigerated and frozen. That is where they get all their preps. Now, as you can see, this is all pre-prepped food, and all these donations that comes in, this is all fresh veggie that we will be using for the week. And if you can see, this is a meat rack. All the meat are put in one place, so that's where we throw it out. And of course, all our cheese and butter, everything is kept in here. And of course, as you can see, juice, milk, eggs. Now, from here we will be going into the freezer. That is where we keep all the frozen stuff. This is about 0 degrees. As you can see, that's where we keep all our frozen food. Okay, this is the dry storage. That is where we keep all our dry good. It comes from different nonprofits, and of course, as you can see, we have the bread. That is how we get all these donations, and mostly some of it is bought, but mostly this is all donations, and that's where we keep all our dry goods. Now all this comes as a donation. So this donation, what we do is we put it by gender and by size. Then every Wednesday, that is pre-COVID, this used to open, then we hand out one outfit, top to bottom, to the clients. That includes new underwear and new socks. That is what we don't give out used, but the shoes and all this, just we give that every Wednesday. Right now, we're doing it outside every Friday. This is the resource center. Now on the resource center, we do all kind of, this is open every day. As you can see, we have all kind of toiletry that we hand out as they need it, toothpaste, toothbrush, all kind of feminine products. So we give everything they need. Above all, this is our mail room. And the clients, they use our address to get their mail. So once the window is open, they come twice a day. No, once a day. Pre-COVID, it used to be twice. They come, they check their mail. We give them their mail or their package. In here, we do prescription assistance. When people, they have a prescription that need to be filled, we take care of it. We have lawyers that they come here. We have tokens that we give that people if they want to go from point A and point B, and all kind of referrals that we do. So in a nutshell, that when people they come in, we give them all the information they need from here, then we go from there. So that is the resource center. This is the eye clinic. This is open once a week. In here, if you are referred, if you don't have enough income, that's where they get the eye clinic. The idea is anybody who is not insured, that's what we're trying to catch. There is no fee or nothing. They come in, they have appointment, they get checked. After they get checked, they get their prescription. Then 2 weeks after that, the doctor sends the glasses and they pick it up here from the resource center.
Kelly Collaborative Medicine works with folks who are both insured and uninsured, who are experiencing homelessness here in Montgomery County, and they have primary health care. So we have a representative from Kelly Collaborative Medicine here 5 days a week, whether that's a nurse case manager, a nurse practitioner, or the MD. And as you can see, we have regular exam rooms here. So Kelly Collaborative Medicine is able to do gynecology appointments, do vaccines, do blood work, do any other type of lab work, help us with wound care. It's a regular doctor's office and primary care. I guess I'll show you the layout, but yeah, there's a lot of, that's probably going to be your biggest challenge, I think.
But we don't have to clear it out.
More footage we get, the longer it's going to take to put it together, you know.
But the bathrooms are the hardest part when you're doing like facilities. But this is just pretty standard office spaces for staff, and this is where we meet with our clients. So we have 4 full-time case managers, a diversion specialist, and rotating interns. And so we have it set up like this. We also have a code system. So what we do here is if a client is becoming hostile or agitated, we can say over the walkie-talkie, or we can approach somebody and we can say, do you need a cup of coffee? And they can either answer back yes, and that means that we should go get one of our security personnel or another staff member to sit with them. Before COVID, when we had our day program, we could assign lockers to folks who were sleeping unsheltered, and this would be a place for them to come and they could put away their things. They don't have to carry everything with them all day, and they could shower and do laundry. So we do over 1,000 loads of laundry for our shelter guests a month, and we do about 800 to 900 showers in a month as well.
Anybody else in there? Anybody else in there? What? Yeah.
But this is what's great for people who need privacy. Either they might have some type of a physical handicap that they need extra privacy for, or for anybody who's serving transgender folks, having some type of privacy that's completely blocked off from the rest of the group is important. We have, in addition to the single shower room, which is ideal for folks that want more privacy or for transgender individuals, we also have 2 communal showers for both men and women. There was a lot of lessons learned in this. The flooring, the pipes were leaking down into Shepherd's Table's kitchen, and so we've had to remodel this significantly. So what I would recommend is a tile floor that would walk straight into your shower versus the shower lip that you have to walk into with the plastic inserts. We have very large folks, and our folks are pretty rough on equipment, so I would recommend using industrial grade, stuff that you would use for the jails or hospitals, and then let your provider make it look pretty. But these plastic inserts, they crack, they break. We've had leaks down into the kitchen. And so I would recommend a whole tile floor that just walks straight into the shower with tile up the side of it and with a slant, because what happens is when people shower, we have standing water in the bathroom, and that becomes really problematic, and my staff have to squeegee it into the drain. So I would recommend a straight tile floor. At night, we lay out these mats, and so everyone signs in, they get their temperature and their symptoms checked, and they sign in. And then These mats go out onto the 3 conference rooms where people hang out at during the day. And then people get assigned a bag with a blanket. And we do laundry on Fridays, so everyone gets a new blanket at the end of the week. And so this is considered just for a hypothermia shelter. We were designed to have a warm place people can go during the winter after all the other shelters filled up. So this was not designed to be a year-round shelter. This is where we do our weekly COVID testing. And then at night, this turns into a shelter space for the women, and we put mats on the floor, and this is where they sleep. So we have a computer lab so that folks can look for work, also look for rooms to rent. And at night, that doubles as our intake place where people come in and do the intake for the shelter. And it also serves as our isolation space during COVID. So if somebody has a symptom or they're not feeling well, we separate them from the larger group and we put them in the vocational lab. This space was completely unfinished before COVID. And we had to utilize this space when another one of our shelters had facility issues and we needed to increase our capacity here. So we finished out this room partially because it was an emergency. And now this is going to be the site for a year-round shelter. So we're hoping that we will continue to be able to serve both men and women. And the winter shelter will still be mats on the floor on the 2nd floor, but this will be the year-round shelter on the 3rd floor, and we'll have beds and lockers associated with everybody. And so this is the men's space in here. But right now it's just an extension of our hypothermia shelter with mats on the floor.
So this is the Interfaith Works Residences. So this is a program serving 21 of Montgomery County's most vulnerable individuals. If we want to walk this way, I can show you not only the layout, but we can go into a room, I'm hoping, and we'll see if one of the residents is there. But essentially, so these are individuals that are referred through the CES list, so the Coordinated Entry System, and they score very high for vulnerability. So they have been chronically homeless, many for many decades, a lot of them living out on the streets, some of them coming from local shelters, but they have intensive psychiatric disabilities, a lot of chronic medical conditions, and so here we're helping them to work on basic life skills. We right now have 16 men and 5 women. They all have their individual apartments. Within the apartments, they're completely self-contained. There's mini fridges, bathroom showers, beds, all the furniture they could need within the unit. But then we also have a common area where they can cook, where they can store things, they can go grocery shopping and bring things in. They also have laundry that they can do 24 hours. And then I think you've already seen the office space, but within the office there's a case manager here 5 days a week to help them with referrals and supportive services. And then there's also someone here 24 hours a day that can respond to crisis, respond to emergencies, so we always have support here. So we can walk around the common area. Common space where all the residents have the option of using a computer. There's TV, they watch shows, they watch games together. There is a space where they can cook, they can store their own food, they have locker space where they can bring their own stuff and safely store them. And so this is less so in the pandemic, but this is our communal space where we've also done a lot of activities. We do art therapy once a month, and we try and have a community meeting for all the residents. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, the rooms are self-contained. They have all their basic needs in here. Microwave, mini fridge, lots of storage space for their belongings. They come fully furnished, and we are able to provide other household items as they need it, whether it's bedding or houseware, and many of them have their own TVs or even computers in here, so they can spend a lot of their time in here when they need to decompress and have their own downtime. The bathrooms have shower, sink, toilet, so they have everything they need there as well.
And this would be a long-term supportive housing unit?
This is available to them as long as they want it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Permanent supportive housing.
Laundry room, 4th floor. We are now at the exterior of the fire station, which is located adjacent to the shelter.
So this is the Silver Spring Urban District office. So they take care of the regional area of Silver Spring, mostly in downtown Silver Spring, in terms of the landscape, aesthetic, garbage removal, all any resident services. So in this whole individual, there's like 5 shifts of individuals here: the morning, mid-afternoon, afternoon, and evening shift. So there is like, I don't know how many staff, I think about 20 to 30 staff, and this is their cubicles, offices. Okay. And we do share 2 of the offices with our homeless outreach personnel.